Hello guys, this is Ryu69501 and welcome to my Batman Eternal monthly video. The comic I'm gonna display is gonna be Batman Eternal issue number 9, which happened to be the last comic that I give you my thoughts on my last video. I'm gonna put it here. Stay. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts or talk about issue number 10, issue number 11, 12, like the cover, and 13. Okay, well, excuse me. On the last issue, issue number 9, where they were talking about the Chrysler's daughter and the daughter of Alfred. Well, I have to say that from issue number 12, they were really excited. Wow. They were really good. So issue number 10 basically goes around Catwoman being Carmine remembering when Catwoman scratched his face, which that happened on the Batman Long Halloween. We see that Mr. Pig, he's trying to, to kidnap Falcone. Now, here's a panel that got me wondering. In this panel over here, I don't know if you can see it. Each person has a head of a different animal. Now the one all the way to your left has the head of a chicken. So I can understand that Mr. Pig used the head of a goat, bull, a horse. That will fit in a human being's body. But a chicken head, I don't know how that, just kind of funny though. So anyway, the thing is that Mr. Pig, he's trying to take Falcone and chop his head off to change his head with the head of Falcone. I guess he goes with the name, with his last name, Falcone. Well, his last name is Falcone. Let's put him the head of Falcone. Oh, it makes sense though. It makes sense though. So, and then we have the Clue Master. To make the long story short, Batman came in and saved the day. Catwoman, she was going to get killed by Falcone, but she was saved by Batman. And that was it. It's not much here. It wasn't too much going on at all. So issue number 11, we deal with Batgirl. You see, Batgirl, she got to the point of no return, kind of, because she's very desperate to find the guilty ones who framed her father. I can relate to that. So she's doing a lot of crazy things. So Batman asked, Red Robin to look after her. So Red Robin went after Batgirl, kind of like to keep an eye on her from the distance. Other than that, we see that finally we get to know the relationship between father and son of Alfred with his daughter, that she's kind of like a spy. So we can tell that they don't get along too good. I guess after she was born, I guess Alfred had to leave and he kind of like forgot about her. But according to the story was that his wife or ex-wife she didn't want Alfred to be part of her daughter's life. So I guess that's so in case two. So I guess that's why he kind of like disappeared on his daughter's life. So here we see Batgirl chasing a guy who does telenovelas. Those are the Latin American soap operas. Basically all Latin America, they produce telenovelas. Basically Mexico, Brazil, Argentina. I'm not sure about Argentina. Colombia, they do a lot of telenovelas. Who else? It is Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela. Venezuela, they do a lot of telenovelas. So it's kind of the same thing as the soap opera in the States, but the difference is that the soap operas in the States, they will last for 5, 6, 10, 20 years, 30 years. The one in South America, they might, in Latin America actually, from all the way from Mexico all the way down to Argentina or Chile, Argentina. So everybody in Latin America, they like the telenovelas. So the telenovelas, they will last about a year maybe, 8 months, 9 months, depend on the country or each country's rules. But anyway, so she's chasing this guy because she saw a picture on the police station just right before James Gordon shoot that guy. So she thinks she's a suspect. The thing is that happens to be that guy, he was not a suspect. He was innocent. So as she get cleared by Red Hood, Red Hood told her, look, you're doing a lot of mistakes. I can understand your rage, that you're frustrated, that you want to free your father. I can't relate to that. But you're making a lot of mistakes. You almost beat up this guy from the telenovela, which happens to be a Brazilian guy, almost to death. And top of that, the guy happens to be an innocent guy. So right now, Batgirl, she's almost, or she went already over the edge. So she's kind of like, not too good. So and then from there, there's a bad guy in Brazil named, I forgot her name, but she has a body, she had the head like a centipede. Kind of, so it was. So we go back to the mansion, we see Alfred and his daughter talking, and all that, and we see Harper Row. Harper Row? Who is Harper Row? Let me see. It's not Harper. You see, too many Romans, I get too confusing. Let's see now. Forgot the guy's name. Clubmaster's daughter. Yeah, the Clubmaster's daughter, which I forgot her name. Anyway, the thing is that she's gathering a lot of information about her father, about his life, backstories, all the criminal activity that she can find about her father, because she found out about her father's plan on issue number 8. So you see, so everything's getting connected. The thing is that we got a lot of different stories in one comic book. We got Batgirl stories, we got James Gordon, we got the Clubmaster, we got Red Robin with the other side, then we got Batman's story, then we have James Gordon's story. I already mentioned it. Alfred's story. So there are some issues that it gets a little bit confusing, but other than that, so far it's fun. So while she's gathering all the information, she's writing her own kind of like she's posting her father on the internet to the, actually to the newspaper. So all that is going on. She get to find out more about her father. This centipede woman shows up, and then she remembers. She get to remember when Batman went to her house to apprehend her father. So the way that she see Batman when she was a young girl, it's like a giant bat full of snakes, as we see here. I mean, she was a kid back then, so she got a little bit of brain problems, maybe, whatever. Anyway, so other than that, and then on the end, some guy shows up in Gaucho. He's kind of like the version of Batman from Argentina. And that was the end of it. And then we see, excuse me. And that was it. I have to say that the art was kind of very European-like. I mean, it was a shock for me. I mean, once I opened this book, it was completely different as the rest of the artists on this series, because it was shocking. I was like, whoa. But I have to say that I was so into the story that I did not mind at all. So I kind of like overlooked the art. But other than that, the story was good. So now we go to issue number 12. Now this is when the fun starts. Now, issue number 12. This is where we see remember the guy, the Commissioner Gordon hired this young guy to take his place, but Falcon, who's the older guy, well, they came up with a plan, kind of like to stop the war, the gang war going around Gotham City, kind of like a trap. So we see Red Robin, and I forgot her name. And then we see the I think it's Harper Row. I think yes. And then we go to Harper Row. You see, Harper Row. She's trying to. She's getting into the. She's trying to hack every single system in Gotham City, trying to figure out who's who. And she, by mistake, she hacked into Red Wing computer system. So she knows the location of Red Wing. There. So that's not. So that's not good. So we see that. We go back to Batgirl and the Red Hood talking when they're still back there in Brazil. So they decide to come back to Gotham City because it's the beginning of the trial of her father, James Gordon's trial. In the courtroom trial. Yes. So we see the lawyers and we see the district attorney back and forth, which it makes very interesting story. Actually, very interesting read. We get to see that Batman isn't there, disguised as one of the policemen guarding James Gordon. So we go back to the mansion. We see more about Alfred and his daughter. And then suddenly, what's his name? Tim shows up. You know, all worried about because somebody hacked his computer system. So he's kind of asking, this is the first time when he find out that Alfred has a daughter. This was the first time that he knew about that. So he can explain. So here we get to see the plan that I was mentioning before. You see, the new guy with a couple of policemen, including it's just so many characters. I forgot the name of it. Bullock. So they got a meeting with Batman. Like always, in a rooftop. And they came up with this plan. How to stop the war and all this and all that. So the thing is that what this new guy he decided to do is that to arrest all the guys that belong to Falcone. Now we know that the new commissioner, every time that Batman apprehend one of the bad guys of Falcone, he turned them loose. So this guy, which is pretty smart kid, he came up with this scheme. The thing is that, well, we're gonna arrest all those guys in possession of whatever they have, which we understand is gonna be guns and drugs. So we're gonna accuse them to be part of a gang of the Batman. Now that was pretty smart. So on the eyes of the new commissioner, he cannot do nothing about it. He cannot turn them loose because they have a report from the Gotham Gazette. You see, so he has everything planned out. Him, and Lieutenant Bullock, and the new kid, which I forgot his name. So from there we move back to Blackgate, where James Gordon meet up for the first time his son, James Gordon Jr. As we know that he's supposed to be dead. Well, he was dead in the minds of everybody from Batgirl's series. He made where James Gordon thought that Batgirl shot his son, and his son, he just disappears so everybody thought that James Gordon Jr. he was dead, but he was not. He went work for Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad. Believe it or not. So we see a big conversation between father and son, taking each other's up, accusing each other, and all that. So his son came up with this crazy idea: look, you can escape. I arrange everything at a specific time. The cell door is gonna open. You're gonna walk down the hall. You're gonna turn left. Everything's gonna be open. Nobody's gonna be around. Excuse me. And you can walk away. So, according to the story so far, I'm not sure if Gordon's gonna do it or not. Because if he do it, it will look more guilty. So we'll see on issue number 14 when if James Gordon actually decides to escape Blackgate. Oh yeah, and not only that, maybe he's gonna have a boat waiting for him, or a car, something. So excuse me. So we have the crewmaster's daughter. She got a call from her roommate that she received a box. In that box, when she opened it up, it's a bomb. Just exploded her house where her roommate was there. So she's dead, thinking because crewmaster wants her daughter dead, but she managed to escape. That happens on the previous issue. So now she's pissed off, like everyone else in Gotham City. So on this issue, we see where the plans start to work, where the police station start to arrest everybody. And Falcone doesn't like the idea. So he called the new commissioner. Look, I put you there because you working for me. So how all this happened? So the new commissioner said, look, my hands are tied. There's a reporter. And it just said there are things I cannot do. And Falcone said, look, I don't care what you do. You just get it fixed now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday. Now. So let's see what he's going to do on the next issue. So while all that's going on, we see that Harper, I think her name is Harper Rowe, she managed to sneak into the Red Robin cave. Or, yeah, Robin cave. Kind of like the Bat cave, but it's his. And she see all those computer systems. And so Red Robin is after her, but she's already there. So she's pretty smart. I think that she's the one who's going to be on the Bat cave, maybe or maybe she will be the next future kind of like, because she's a computer genius though. Maybe she's going to be the next Oracle. Who knows? Why not? That would be pretty fun. So, and that was the end of it. And then we see Gordon and his son talking, and then we see her father. Now, the club master's daughter, she's standing in front of the house while the house is burning down with her roommate because of a bomb that her father sent to her, but she wasn't there because she's staying at the library. Hiding. She's actually living in the library because she knows if she goes back to her house, her father will find her there and maybe will hurt her friend. So she decided to stay at the Gotham City Library. Believe me, she spent all day there, and then when the library closed, she hides in the library and spend the night. She actually sleeps in the library. So the thing is that her father knows that her daughter is bad mood. And he says, look, I'm not going after her because she would come to us. So there's no problem there. And that was the end of it, of issue 13. My thoughts about all these four issues so far. I have to say that the story, for me, is being fun. I cannot complain that maybe some issues, one specific issue might be a little bit slow. That's okay. But overall, it's been good. Especially I like the part where the new commissioner Gordon, that Gordon recommended to take his place, the new kid on the block, how he came up with the idea of taking all the Falcon's bad guy and make him look like they're working for Batman. Because he has a snitch, kind of informant. That was a good touch. So the new commissioner, he was like, he has his hands tied up, so he don't know what to do. Overall, it's been fun. I like the stories so far from issue number 10 up to 13. I have to say it's really good. It's really good. I'm having fun. I'm not complaining about it, except for issue number 11 with the art. That was kind of like shocking, but it has that European style. It wasn't bad. After a while, but like I said, I was so used to on the story that I overlooked the art. But when I opened up the comic book, when I saw that specific type of art, I was like, whoa, felt like a slap. So, but other than that, it was good. So overall, I will give it 4 out of 5 as a whole. Now, issue number 13 and number 11, when it's the courtroom, is fun. I really like it. I really like it. Oh, and also I read the last part of this comic book of issue number 13. We get to see the first 4 pages of the new Suicide Squad. I have to say that looks awesome. I like the art. I read it, and I like the conflict between Harley Quinn and the Joker's daughter. I said, well, look, I am his daughter, and you know, and Harley Quinn says, look, you're not his daughter. You just found his face on a river. In the river, and you dare to call yourself his daughter? And you know, and the Joker's daughter says, well, he picked me because he likes me more than he likes you. So that's just a woman fight between them over the Joker. So the 4 pages that I read of the new Suicide Squad, it was fun. Believe me, it was fun. Well, guys, this is it. So till next month, that will get the comic book from issue number 14 up to 17. So once I get issue 17, I will make another video. So probably gonna be by the end of this month. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. See you later. Bye.